Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Saving Schalke. This is episode 11 now we're on. Obviously you can see that we have dipped from third in the league to now sitting in fifth in the league. So let's just see how we've got on in the most recent fixtures. So since the last game against Bayern Munich, we've hit a bit of rough patch realistically. It was a 0-0 draw against Mainz, then a 1-1 draw against Eintracht Frankfurt, which realistically we should have won both of those two games. Then we played Hertha Berlin in the quarterfinals of the Pokal. When it was drawn, I thought it was a brilliant game and I thought we were going to win this quite comfortably. However, we went on to lose it 3-1, which was extremely disappointing. Then we went away from home against Freiburg and we lost 2-1 in that game. Then we've most recently had a game against Cologne, which we won 2-0. I have made a few tactical tweaks in between that game against Bayern Munich and the game against Cologne, but I think it was mainly down to the closing FM curse, where you tend to lose a bit of form when you close the game. But today we've got a game against Hertha Berlin away, and then also Borussia Mönchengladbach away, who currently sit in fourth in the league. If we look at the table here, it is quite close between Leverkusen on 49 points and Leipzig on 46. So between third and sixth, there's only 3 points in it. All played the same amount of games. So it is going to come down to the last few games of the season realistically on who's going to get that Champions League spots in third and fourth, and then who's going to drop into the Europa League as well, along with Freiburg, who's currently sat in seventh. So let's hope we can be pushing on into the Champions League places, and a result against Borussia Mönchengladbach today will definitely put us in the right shape to do that. So let's just jump into the first game against Hertha Berlin here. So this is the team that we're going to go against Hertha Berlin with. We made a deadline day signing of Moriba. He's coming on loan from RB Leipzig. We've also got a 10 million optional future fee from them. He's meant to be one of the best wonder kids on the game this year. So I am looking to sort of sign him, as it would be an amazing signing to work alongside Christopher Scott, who is currently suspended for this game, along with Malik, who's injured. So we've made a few changes. So we've had to bring Blanco back in, and we've also brought Justin into the centre-back role alongside Kevin, who is basically incredible for us. He's had the best season with us. I can't say a bad thing about him. This team sort of seems to click, and I've taken out Yusuf. Unfortunately, he has got a transfer arranged to Borussia Mönchengladbach for the beginning of next season. He didn't want to renew his contract with us, so that was really disappointing. I did try quite hard to keep him, but it's just one of those things. So now you've seen the side, let's just jump into the game against Hertha Berlin. So as you can see with Hertha Berlin's side, they're playing a 5-back 5-3-2, so it could be quite hard to break them down. Obviously we're going with that 4-2-3-1 that you saw in the build-up. So let's just jump straight into the game now. First highlight here, 25 minutes in, with Rugari on the ball on the left-hand side. Plays it inside to Sidi Sane, who plays it back to Moriba, who gives the ball away trying to play it to Blanco. It looks like Hertha Berlin could be on a break here with Piatek. Plays it back to Dembry, inside to Piatek, who tries to dink our goalkeeper, but it just goes over the bar. And from that resulting goal kick, we play it short to Justin, back to the keeper into Moriba, out to Rugari on the left-hand side here. Ball played over the top somewhat to Sidi Sane, but their centre-back recovers, and Sidi Sane has to play it into Wagner. Keeping the ball, Wagner here, but it falls to Adeyemi as well. Yusuf Demir has a shot just outside the area, and it's just past the post, so it's still 1-0. We haven't had a highlight before that, but we've picked up a few yellow cards. with Wagner and Kevin. So yeah, let's hope that they don't get sent off today. Jamal Lewis has it on the left-hand side for Hertha Berlin, and they try and play it over the top, but Justin wins the header and knocks it down to Blanco, who's driving forward with it. Keeps on driving, slots in Adeyemi, and he has a shot, but Pau Lopez dives down to his right-hand side and makes the save. So that from that resulting corner, Sidi Sane is going to take it here. We're going to look for Kevin's head, which it doesn't meet, but Yusuf Demir picks up the seconds on the edge of the area, plays it into Mariba, plays it across to Kevin, and that's the end of the highlight there. So the time will just trickle away here, I think, for half time. It's been quite a quiet first half, but they've got a highlight here trying to play a free kick over the top, but it goes straight into our goalkeeper's hands. But yeah, it's been quite a quiet game, very even game as well. Both of us have had similar amount of attempts on goal, a similar XG as well. So I think going into half time, a draw would be a fair result, but we give it away here. But Sidi Sane wins it back from a lovely sliding tackle, but Rugari gives it away again from their slide tackle, and they're through on goal here with Piatek. Tries to put it past the goalkeeper, but he makes himself big and makes that save. So it looks like it will stay 0-0 up until half time. Like I was saying before that highlight, it was very similar, a similar amount of possession as well. So it's a very even game as of yet. So I'll tell the boys in the dressing room that I will be looking for more. Mariba here on the ball, plays it across to Blanco on the right hand side, who tries to play it over the top for Sidi Sane, but their right wing back recovers and wins the ball and plays it to their keeper, who kicks it out to Rugari. So we pick up the seconds, keep it quite nicely, and the ball comes out to Rugari here on the left hand side. Cross comes in, and Yusuf Demir with the header to make it 1-0 to Schalke. So 53 minutes gone here at Hertha Berlin, and we've pulled a goal ahead. Lovely play after their keeper just booting it upfield and Rugari picking up the seconds. Lovely play between Mariba, Sane, Wagner, back to Mariba. Rugari with lovely cross over the top for Demir. I think Pau Lopez could have done slightly better as a goalkeeper. However, I will take that all day long. And that pushes us up to third in the league. And that's 1-0. So 65 minutes gone here. Wagner's not had a very good game and is also on the yellow card. So I'll bring on Yusuf into the centre attack in mid-row. And I'll also bring on Ransford Yeboah, for Adeyemi. Adeyemi has been playing quite well recently, but so has Ransford Yeboah, so I've got to give him that chance. So let's hope that he can score a goal and make it further for a victory for us. But they've got a throw in here on their left-hand side. Jamal Lewis has the ball, and they're just knocking the ball around. Beats the man in midfield, driving forward with it, has a shot, and it's just over the bar. So it stays 1-0. 15 minutes to go here. Sidi Sane's not had an amazing game, and I will bring on Motika, who's just recovered from his injury, onto the pitch and hope that he can have that creative spark to get another goal. 5 minutes to go here, and looks like a highlight here. So Piatek wins the ball and has a nice 1-2 with his strike partner and has a shot, but a goalkeeper makes a strong save there. He's going to kick the ball out long, and their centre-back's going to win it here and plays it out to the left-hand side with their new left-back, who's replaced Jamal Lewis, driving forward with it. Puts a cross in, and Piatek has a shot, but it's well defended by Rugari there, who makes a block and puts it out for a corner. And from that resulting corner, Demabray is going to put it in. Mariba wins the header and puts it out for a throw-in. So Bayer Leverkusen now winning 2-1 against Arminia Bielefeld. So that means that we're 3 points behind them, sat in fourth place. as you can see later on today, Bayern Munich have got RB Leipzig, so I will be hoping for a draw there so we can close up the gap to Bayern Munich, who currently sit in second in the league. So it looks like this is the end of the game here. Nice 1-0 victory for us. Rugari having a brilliant game along with the rest of our defence, and Demir obviously with that goal making it 1-0 to Schalke for a final result. So as you can see, Bayern Munich won that game 3-0 against RB Leipzig. So this extends our gap over Leipzig to 3 points with also a better goal difference than them. But obviously our next game is a crunch game against Borussia Mönchengladbach. So let's just jump straight into that game now. So we've arrived at the game against Borussia Mönchengladbach. We've made one change to the side that beat Hertha Berlin in the last game, and we've brought in Christopher Scott in for Blanco. The rest we're just keeping the same as they performed really well in the last game. So let's just see what their side looks like and then get into the game. So once again, Borussia Mönchengladbach come out with a very strong side. They've got Marcus Thuram up front, who had a good game against us last time. Jeremy Boga, another very good player. Luca Netz, I'd love to sign him. And Jan Sommer in goal, all very good players. So it's going to be a difficult game, especially away from home. But let's see how we fare against them. So as you can see from the league table, with one game in hand, we're 4 points behind Leverkusen, who played against Borussia was it Dortmund? No, Bayern Munich they played against and drew. So that was a good result for us realistically. So if we win this, we do close the gap down to them to 1 point. So fingers crossed we can get a result here. 15 minutes into the game so far, we've not had a highlight yet. Possession's very even, however, they have dominated the game with the chances. With this highlight here, they play the ball over the top for Lena, who's driving at Rugari on the our left-hand side there. Right, ball comes in, Marcus Thuram, and Wagnerman actually has got in the way of the shot, which was what the text said down at the bottom. So it's a corner here for a Mönchengladbach with Jeremy Boga taking it, and we win the header and it's headed away to Heinz, and that is the end of the highlight there. Stark with a free kick just inside their area into Kramer, to Kone, and Justin wins the ball back from Thuram, plays it back to Kevin, and we play it all the way back to our goalkeeper here. Plays it nicely into Kevin, plays it up to Christopher Scott, out to Wagnerman, plays it down the line to Demir, into Scott, back to Wagnerman, across to Mariba, plays the ball into Wagner, driving forward with it, tries to slot in Sidi Sane, who finds Scott, who's going to slot in Wagner, has a shot, and looks like Jan Sommer has fantastically tipped the ball wide. That was a great move by us there. That probably our first move in the game. Sidi Sane with the corner, and it's just headed away here. But that was brilliant play by us there. First chance of the game for us, so it's not great. Obviously, we want more. Sidi Sane through here, but Sommer claims the ball before Sane can get there. But yeah, overall, Mönchengladbach do look the better side. That was our first real chance compared to their 10 that they've had. So it does look like that they're controlling the game. Free kick here, Heinz is going to take, plays the ball over the top looking for Thuram, and then Bolo's one-on-one here, but keeper makes himself large, and Bolo hits it straight at the keeper and he makes the save. So half time here, we have looked quite disappointing, so I will go into the dressing room and tell the players that I'm disappointed, and let's hope for a better second half. Free kick here, Jeremy Boga with the ball over, and I think that was Thuram that won the header, but it's just gone over the bar, so it's a goal kick to Schalke. Half an hour to go. I'm going to bring off Sidi Sane and bring on Motika on the left hand side in the hope that he can be the difference maker. Mariba picks the ball up here into Wagner, into Adeyemi, across to Scott, and he tries to find Motica, but Lena's going to cut that ball out quite simply and plays it back to Jan Sommer, who looks long. Is Thuram going to win the header, which it looks like he has, but Justin's going to pick up the seconds here. Plays it across to Kevin, over to Mariba, who's driving forward with it and plays it across to Scott, back to Mariba into Wagner, who looks out wide right and plays Demir in, cuts back, plays Scott, and then back to Demir here, into Scott again, across to Wagner, through to Motica, and he has an effort, and Sommer makes a fantastic save once again and forces another corner. And from that corner, we're going to have Regari take it this time, so an outswinger. Kevin doesn't win the header, and it looks like Kone's going to bring break here with Mönchengladbach. So let's hope we can get a tackle in here. Plays it back to Lena, ball comes in, and Wagnerman wins the header and clears it, but it falls as far as their man on the edge of the area, who plays it out to Net on the left hand side, who gets a cross in, and we get a block in, and that's going to be their corner here. From the resulting corner, the ball comes in and we clear it, but their man's going to pick it up on the edge of the area. But the player that he went to play to was offside and realised that, so didn't go for the ball. 20 minutes to go. I'm going to bring off Adeyemi and bring on Ransford Yeboah again. I'm also going to bring off Demir, who's had quite a poor game so far for us, and bring on Yusuf on the right hand side. Just hoping a few fresh legs can make the difference in the game today. Obviously it does weaken our side a bit by bringing those players on. However, having those fresh legs, it could mean that we can break past their defensive line. Justin with a free kick just inside our area, plays it up to Scott, who looks like he's beaten his man but turns back and plays back to Kevin. Plays up to Wagner, into Motica, who tried to play the ball over the top, but it's easily intercepted, and Scott's gone in for a slide challenge there, and it looks like it's going to be a straight red card. So we're going to be playing the last 5 or so minutes with 10 men. What I will do is I'll drop Wagner back to a centre mid position. I'm not too sure if we can make another sub. We can't, so it looks like Wagner's going to play the rest of the game in central midfield position. And from that resulting free kick where Scott got sent off, they're playing the ball around quite nicely. Tries to play nets and he beats Wagnerman one-on-one with the keeper. But it's a poor shot and our keeper makes the save. And he's just going to roll it out to Justin here. Took his time with it, and Justin's going to play it long and loses possession very, very easily. But they play it all the way back to their goalkeeper. Out to their right centre-back here. Plays it up to Hoffman, who looks to play in Thuram over the top. And that is 1-0 to Mönchengladbach in the last few moments. I thought he was actually offside, but it doesn't look like he was. We'll see better from this replay. So Hoffman's got the ball here, and the ball just played over the top. It'd be disappointing to not see a better replay from that. Here we are. So Hoffman picks it up, and I would questionably say that's actually offside. Obviously it didn't go to VAR or anything, so it does look like we're actually going to lose this game today. Time's just ticking away here. They have been the better side, and that sending off by Scott with 5 minutes to go has been the resulting incidents that meant we have lost the game today. Hopefully we can just bounce back in the next game, but that's it. That's full time here. Ended 1-0 Mönchengladbach. Very disappointed. That leaves us 5th in the table, I believe it is. but it has closed the gap up quite a lot. There we are. So we're level on points with Leipzig now, only 6 points ahead of Freiburg. So Freiburg are slowly catching us. We're 4 points behind Leverkusen now. So it looks like Dortmund and Bayern are near enough secured their Champions League spots. And then, like I was saying, it's going to be a battle between, realistically, anyone from Hoffenheim all the way to Leverkusen to battle for the European spots. But I'll come back for the final 2 games of the season, which are against Leverkusen being one of them, and then Union Berlin. So we'll come back for those 2 games, and that will determine our season on how we get on. But if you did enjoy, guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.